Good morning, everybody. Another segment of Frankly My Dear. Man, weekly. I know we still got the Monday night games tonight, but I don't think it's gonna be too many storylines coming from those. If it is, I'll do a video on those tomorrow. But I'm gonna do my week one, man, recap. I'm gonna talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's dive right into it, man. Yesterday, it was a nice slate of games. A lot of surprises, a lot of ugly games, and a lot of decent performances. All right, but the main first thing I want to talk about, man, is the last game we saw last night. Aaron Rodgers, man, I was scared for him. I thought he had some kind of MCL injury. And I thought that was it for A-Rod, man. He was limping. They carted him off. Khalil Mack was playing like an animal, a man possessed. It just further shows you, I don't know what Gruden was thinking. This guy's transcendent talent. And they traded him away. And also, it made me think what the Packers thinking. They're the only team in the league with 2 first-round picks. And that's all the Raiders wanted. Y'all don't need any more younger guys. Y'all could have gave those picks up. Oh, man, but hey, it is what it is. But Khalil Mack was all over the place. The guy he was ridiculous last night. Sick, man, just going through people, man. But A-Rod, man, Trubisky showed his true colors. He went back to his safe mode, dink and dunk mode. And I'm just not a big believer in Trubisky, man. That defense, definitely a top caliber defense, okay? Running backs, definitely top caliber running backs. Wide receivers, top caliber. But Trubisky cannot be trusted. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot trust Mr. Trubisky. I don't think you're going to ever be able to fully trust him. He got a little head up doing all celebrating last night just to end up laying a dud against a beatable Packers offense. Packers defense. But like I said, man, the Packers, A-Rod came back, man, throwing throws off the back foot, off of one leg, man. Cobb made a great play for the game-winning touchdown. It was just a masterful performance, man, masterful comeback for the Packers, man. So I'm going to go to the next thing. That leads me to the next thing. Those of you who know me, y'all know I'm a Redskins fan. But I got to admit, man, Kirk Cousins looked good yesterday. The Vikings looked good. They were good they were very composed. They were very balanced. They ran the rock. The play calling was good. Kirk was sharp, but I've seen this Kirk before too. But I will admit, he usually doesn't start off seasons like this. So that's already something new right there, man. But he was sharp. That defense still looks dominant. Jimmy G actually played well, in my opinion. There are a couple things didn't go their way here and there, but the Vikings got a good win over a solid team, a team that's going to be a lot better than it was last year. And a lot of that did have to do with Kirk and with the talent that he has around him now. All right. So now that leads me to my third highlight. Tyreek Hill. If you didn't know, now you know. The guy's a superstar. Okay, I don't care what nobody say. People think superstar. Don't nobody in the media know. The guy is so. He's been doing this since he came in the league. People have tried to downplay him because of his size. And to me, he is a better Deshaun Jackson. And the only reason I say better is because his ability to make people miss, his running ability after he catches the ball. Like, he is literally like a video game character, and he went off yesterday. I'm also giving him, he's my fantasy player of the week as well, man. The guy was just sick and amazing, okay? The Chiefs are going to be a problem, okay? Patrick Mahomes, I think with his arm strength, with the things that the versatility he has with his arm, I think Andy Reid is going to have them guys in position to do some good things this year. After looking at that, man, it's going to be a beautiful, explosive offense, man. He was amazing yesterday. Also, the Patriots are still the Patriots. I know a lot of people had picked them to get upset, thought the Texans was going to beat them. I didn't. In the pool that I was in, they still look sharp. Deshaun, he looked kind of shaky, man. Like, he looked a little shaky. I do think he'll get better as the season goes on, but the Patriots, they just dominated, man. They look like the Patriots. It shows that their demise was greatly exaggerated. And unfortunately, as much as I hate them, they are still here. But now, I said all that, man. To get to my ugly, man. My ugly. First, I don't even know which one I want to start with. This mainly just going to be I told you so. I think I'm going to start with the Steelers. The Steelers ended in a tie with the Browns. Ben Roethlisberger had 5 turnovers, okay? He was horrible. He claimed this was his best year. He claims he was in the best shape of his life, this and that. But like I've been telling people for the last couple of years, he has not been that good. I mean, he has the games where he can throw for 500 yards. But look at his road games over the last couple of years. He is atrocious. No top tier quarterback, guy who's considered top 5, play that horrible on the road. That was ridiculous yesterday. And you sitting here want to talk about Le'Veon Bell contract over the summer, take little slick shots and say other little slick stuff over the summer. I already did a video about him earlier. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all go check it out, man, when I first started this channel, man. Ben Roethlisberger, I used to be a fan, but I just feel like he's a diva. Right now, he's living off a name, just like Eli, in my opinion. A lot of people don't try to don't associate those two. But really, if you look at them over the past couple of seasons, they're the same type of players, man. It's just Ben, I'll say he hasn't regressed as much as Eli, but Ben hasn't been good, especially on the road. On the road, he's been mediocre. He has been probably a bottom 5 player in the league on the road. Go look at the numbers. I'm not lying. And that's what gets me with him. He want to run his trap and always talk about somebody else's money and somebody should be here and this and that. When you playing like trash, how can you look a rookie or somebody in the eye and tell them they missed a block or they should have they messed up on a route or something when you playing like hot garbage and you supposed to be the leader of the team and you the highest paid player on the team? Come on, Big Ben. It's just ridiculous. You don't do that against the Browns, really? I know the Browns are better, but come on, man. 5 turnovers. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. He needs all the blame for that game, in my opinion. They need to pay Le'Veon Bell's money. Connor played good, but he still ain't no Le'Veon Bell. They need to pay him his money so that cloud can be from over top of them and they can move on. But anyways, man, let me get into my last thing. My last takeaway from yesterday, man. So I'm gonna get right into it, man. I've been telling people for years, since his rookie year when he quote unquote was lighting the league on fire, Dak Prescott is not that good, man. He is not that good. And it's gonna sound like a bitter Redskins fan, but I'm just keeping it like it is, man. Like I'm honest about my team. I gotta be honest with what I see. The obvious thing is if Zeke isn't playing well, Dak has no chance. People were killing me trying to proclaim this guy, even when I watch these shows every day, Skip Bayless and Colin Cowherd saying that Dak is really above. He is not. He's not that guy. He don't throw guys open. He refuses to take risk. He's just not good to me. He's not good, man. And I also told people last year, that offensive line, I noticed by I want to say 3 games in, that offensive line was not dominant anymore. People were still living off of going back to DeMarco Murray through Zeke's rookie year. And I know Zeke still had a lot of yards last year, but that line was not the same last year. But people refused to accept it because they were looking off of their reputation. And they were looking at the injuries last year. Even when those guys were healthy, that line was not that good last year. You guys go back and look at it. Dak, to me, I'm not a fan of him. I've never been a fan of his. To me, he doesn't stand for anything, not to get personal, but just his whole demeanor to me, he's too robotic to me. like the things he says, and I'm strictly talking about football right here. The way he talks, everything is just generic and robotic. He's trying to say the right things that he thinks people want to hear, but your game doesn't translate that way. Okay, you can rattle him easy. If you get him, he's very streaky. If you get to him early, a couple hits on him early, Dak is finished. Okay, he's not an exceptional athlete at quarterback, despite what people may think. He's just not that good. He cannot win you games. They should not have got, as much as I criticize Dez for not doing all of the route tree, they still should have kept Dez. I think they should not have got rid of Dez. Witten, they couldn't help. They had a chance, and even if they didn't get Dez, they had numerous chances during the draft to draft a replacement wide receiver, and they did not do it. So I don't know what they're doing. The fans are delusional as usual. I saw one idiot saying they should trade Zeke. It's just like, what are you talking about? Your issue is not Zeke. Your issue is the offensive line is showing signs of getting older, even though they're still in the 30, they're still showing signs of not being as dominant as they were. Your quarterback cannot win games for you. He is ultra conservative. He doesn't go through his progressions. If you look at him, if his first read isn't there, he panics. And I don't want to look too much into it because there's more season left, but they could easily beat the Giants next week. They could. And it's at Jerry's World. And the Panthers defense is not slouches. But if you look at the one weakness on the Panthers defense, it's that secondary. I know they can get pressure, but if this line, even without Frederick, they still have 3 Pro Bowlers on that line. So even without Frederick, which is a big thing, losing your center, I understand that, they still should have been able to move the ball on Carolina, at least get some field goals. They got the 1 touchdown late, but who the hell cared about that? It was garbage. It was nothing. It meant nothing. Okay? Like I said, I won't come across as the Redskin fan who, just bitter and things of that nature. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. He did not look good. He hasn't looked good. Even as a rookie, it was like putting lipstick on a pig. He was not good. So I don't see anything changing as the year goes on because they still don't have no receivers. It'd be nice if they could ask Dez to come back, but they burned that bridge. I don't see things getting better, but of course their delusional fan base is going to continue to think that it's going to get better. Let them have it, and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to grill them every week the more they continue with it. Other thing I ain't want to touch on for real, Saints look like the Aints again on defense. That was a horrible performance. Who the hell lets Ryan Fitzpatrick throw for 400 damn yards on him? I don't know. I didn't want to speak on it because I personally do not like the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick even still in the league. That's a whole nother story for another day. But the fact the Saints let him do that is very concerning. I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But every dog has his day. Everybody had their moment, and I guess that was just his. But I ain't gonna really touch on that too much because, like I said, I ain't a big fan of the fact that Ryan Patrick's still getting opportunities in the league. Last thing, as a Washington fan, I gotta do one thing for my team. AP looked good. That was the most fluid since I've been a fan. I've been a fan since I was a youngster. Well, since I was even younger, put it that way, a kid. Honestly, even with times we made the playoffs, the few times, this is the most fluid I had ever seen our offense of any season since I've been a fan. And I'm not exaggerating. They were sharp. Alex Smith doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He was on it. They was on it. AP looked great. They was on it, but as a Redskin fan, I ain't gonna hold my breath. They look good one week, could look sorry the next. But anyways, man, I had to throw my fandom at the end. But anyways, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button, like button, comment. I'll come back every Monday, depending on who the Monday night matchup is. If I think it's gonna be a good storyline or not, I might wait till Tuesday to release these. But y'all let me know what you all think. Y'all have a productive day. Share, hit the subscribe button, like button, comment. 1.